Ladies and gentlemen, just when we thought the story couldn't go any deeper, the ground opened up. You thought the second FBI tape was a shocker? You thought Durk's brother turning informant was a twist? Oh no, that was just the warm-up. Because now, a new witness has stepped out of the shadows and dropped a bombshell so big. It's our federal agents scrambling, the courtroom in chaos, and Vaughn's own mother screaming, "You let my son die for this?" That's right, according to this unnamed insider, who claims to have been in the room during multiple off-record meetings. King Vaughn's death wasn't random. It wasn't street beef. It wasn't just wrong place, wrong time. It was a setup, and not just by enemies. This witness is claiming that people in Vaughn's own circle knew what was coming and let it happen. Why? To protect themselves, to stay out of prison, to keep the spotlight from shifting. And in the middle of it all, Lil Durk's brother, now being accused of handing over key details to the very people Vaughn feared the most. So buckle up, because if what this witness says is true, everything we thought we knew about Vaughn's death just got flipped on its head. Let's be clear from the jump. This isn't a rumor. This is an internet gossip. And this damn sure isn't just another rap beef gone wrong. This is different. This is deep. Because when King Vaughn was gunned down, we were all told the same story. Street politics, bad timing, a violent outburst that spiraled out of control outside an Atlanta hookah lounge. But what if that version was a cover-up? What if Vaughn's murder was more than just a tragic loss? What if it was a planned hit? Not from an enemy, but from someone close. Because now, a new witness has come forward with allegations that are not only shocking, but dangerous. And their story? It's already in the hands of the FBI. According to this whistleblower, whose identity is being kept sealed for their own safety, King Vaughn's death was a calculated setup. And at the center of this conspiracy, Lil Durk's own brother. Now pause right there. We've already seen the headlines. Durk's brother flips on him. Second FBI tape leaks. Vaughn's mom collapses in court. But this flips the entire saga upside down. Because this witness isn't just saying Durk's brother cooperated. They're saying he cooperated before Vaughn's death and gave up details that made Vaughn vulnerable. Let's break it down. The witness claims to have been present during a private meeting that took place 2 weeks before Vaughn was killed. This meeting, allegedly held at a downtown Chicago studio, included Durk's brother, 2 other unnamed individuals, and, according to the source, a federal-connected third party. In that meeting, the witness says they overheard the following exchange. Unknown voice. "If you want to go away, you gotta give them something." Durk's brother. "He moves too loud. He don't listen. He's got eyes on him now. Letting him fall might be the best move for all of us." That alone would be disturbing enough. But the witness didn't stop there. They also allege that after that meeting, Vaughn's security team was mysteriously reduced. Certain team members were replaced. Routes changed. Protection shifted. And then, just days later, the fatal confrontation in Atlanta happens. A fight breaks out. Shots are fired. Vaughn, the star, the face, the realest one out of O Block, gone. And the man who pulled the trigger? Caught. Released. Still walking. Now let's talk about why this witness is speaking up now. According to the source, they stayed silent for years out of fear. But when the second FBI wiretap leaked, the one where Durk's brother was allegedly caught speaking on federal surveillance, offering names, saying, "Ain't no blood in this, only loyalty," something snapped. They realized the entire story had been orchestrated from the inside. And with federal agents now circling, witnesses being subpoenaed, and the media blowing lit off the whole thing, they decided it was time. They allegedly reached out to a trusted attorney, made a full statement, and handed over a copy of the original meeting recording. Because yes, this witness had a recording. According to insiders close to the investigation, the audio allegedly contains Durk's brother discussing Vaughn's unpredictable movements, references to needing a sacrificial lamb to redirect pressure, mentions of federal attention on both Durk and Vaughn at the time. And here's where it gets nuclear. The recording reportedly ends with a chilling quote. Durk's brother, "Letting Vaughn fall might save us both. And maybe get me out clean." Boom. Those last 4 words, "get me out clean," are now being heavily examined by the prosecution. What did he mean by that? Was he already under pressure from the feds? Was he bargaining for a lesser sentence? Or worse, was Vaughn knowingly sacrificed to protect others? Now, of course, Durk's legal team is denying everything. They're calling the witness unreliable. They say this is another fabricated claim in an attempt to derail a successful artist's life. But let's be real. This isn't just some random internet troll. This is someone whose story has already triggered emergency legal motions behind closed doors. Someone whose audio is being called credible by federal investigators. Someone who just turned this case from conspiracy theory to conspiracy fact. And you want to know who's not saying a word? Vaughn's family. Because behind the scenes, Vaughn's mother is preparing to file a federal wrongful death claim, not just against Vaughn's known shooter, but potentially against the individuals who may have aided and allowed the setup. That's right. She's not just grieving anymore. She's going to war. And it's about time. Because this witness may have just cracked open a door that leads all the way back to the beginning. Back to the street politics, the industry manipulation, the feds watching everything from the sidelines, waiting for the right moment to pounce. And it looks like that moment is now. Let's talk about the chain of events real quick. November 6, 2020. King Vaughn is shot and killed in Atlanta. Weeks later, federal surveillance allegedly begins monitoring phone conversations tied to OTF affiliates. 2021 to 2023. Whisper campaigns, silent unfollows. Vaughn's name disappears from industry tributes. June 2025. First FBI tape leaks. Durk begging for his life. Hit list rumors begin. August 2025. Second tape leaks. Durk's brother allegedly speaking on letting Vaughn fall. Now, a third witness appears with audio, dates, and federal protection. We're not in rumor territory anymore. We're deep in federal RICO chess. And the pawns are being sacrificed by the kings who swore they'd protect them. And as this case continues to unravel, we're going to see more people fold, more names drop, and more of the truth finally coming to light. But for now, this witness has blown the story wide open. The courtroom was tense, a suffocating kind of silence that only comes when the walls are closing in. Then it happened. The prosecution hit play. And the voice, clear, calm, calculated, echoed through the chamber. He moves too loud. He don't listen. Letting him fall might be the best move for all of us. Dead silence. No one blinked. No one moved. Not even Lil Durk. Because that voice, allegedly Durk's own brother. And that moment, it sent shockwaves through the entire building. Attorneys shifted in their seats. Reporters looked at each other with disbelief. Vaughn's mother clutched her chest. She had heard rumors before. But hearing the audio, the words that implied her son's death was allowed, even welcomed by someone in his own camp, she broke down. Not quietly. Loud sobs. Raw pain. The kind of sound that pierces the soul and makes you question everything you thought you knew about loyalty, brotherhood, and the music industry. She had already buried her son, but now she was forced to relive it. With the growing realization that his death might not have been fate, it might have been betrayal. And the tape? That wasn't all. Because the second half of the audio, the part the public hasn't heard yet, allegedly details how this sacrifice would benefit multiple people. Feds watching everything. He takes heat off me and Durk. That's real talk. I do this. I'm good. That was the quote. And the prosecution's entire face changed when it played. No longer was this about gang beef. This was about federal leverage, immunity deals, and what appears to be a premeditated decision to use Vaughn's chaos as a human shield. Let that sink in. Meanwhile, the defense tried to object. Unauthenticated audio, illegally recorded, inadmissible, but the judge wasn't moved because the prosecution came prepared with metadata, timestamp files, matching phone numbers, background voice analysis. They even pulled GPS data from cell towers to place Durk's brother at the alleged meeting spot on the same day the witness said it happened. You can't fight receipts like that, especially not when the feds are behind the scenes backing it all. And yes, they are. Sources inside the investigation confirm that the witness is now under federal protection, being transported between safe houses while more information is collected. because this person is not done talking. In fact, they've already handed over 2 more files, one involving a recorded phone call between 2 major Chicago figures, and another involving screenshots of text messages that show Durk's brother talking about Vaughn's movements before his death. One message, dated November 5th, 2020, just 1 day before Vaughn died, reads, "He going to ATL. It's all set. Let the storm do what it do." Chilling. Who was he texting? That part is redacted. But you better believe the feds know. And the streets? They're watching every move. Because once the Courtroom clip hit the internet, it didn't take long before social media exploded. Hashtag Justice for Vaughn started trending again. Old tweets from Durk and his brother were being dug up. Clips of Vaughn talking about being watched and feeling set up began resurfacing, like puzzle pieces that suddenly fit. One old interview, where Vaughn was asked about trust, hit differently now. "I keep my circle small, 'cause some people be smiling in your face and making calls behind your back." Fans aren't playing detective anymore. They're convinced the case is cracked. And with Vaughn's mom now preparing a civil suit, things are getting even hotter. Her legal team has reportedly filed a motion requesting full access to the leaked audio, including the sealed portions the court hasn't yet played publicly. They want to know who else knew, who stood by, and who may have helped cover it up. But don't think the industry is just sitting by quietly. Behind the scenes, labels are in panic mode. One exec reportedly said, "If that audio gets out fully, you're going to see artists dropping statements, lawyers stepping in, and friendships ending overnight." And already we're seeing it. Several major artists who use collab with Durk have started deleting posts, archiving photos, and canceling features. One artist, who was on a joint album with Durk, allegedly told their team, "I'm not getting caught in this storm. If the feds come knocking, I'm out." It's turning into a mass exodus. Because when the government comes with wiretaps, witness protection, and recorded tapes, nobody wants to be caught on the wrong side of history. And let's not forget what's coming next. The FBI's third tape. Yep, insiders say there's one more tape that hasn't been played yet. A final nail. And this one allegedly includes both audio and video. A private conversation caught inside a car where names are dropped, locations discussed, and one person reportedly says, "We just need him to be where we want him." Boom. That could be the match that sets the whole powder keg off. But here's what makes it worse. That car allegedly belongs to a member of Vaughn's own crew. Let that marinate. So now the internet is split. Some people defending Durk, saying it's all out of context, smear tactics, industry framing. Others saying this confirms everything Vaughn hinted at before he died. One fan tweeted, "Y'all called him paranoid. He was actually peeping the whole setup. They just got to him first." Even academics and legal analysts are starting to chime in. One law professor said in a viral clip, "If this kind of audio holds up in court and is verified under cross-examination, you're looking at potential obstruction, conspiracy, and accessory to murder. It's no longer about who pulled the trigger. It's about who allowed the bullet to fly." That's the energy now. It's no longer just about who shot Vaughn. It's about who watched it happen and said nothing, because silence is complicity. And complicity is legally deadly. As for Durk, he hasn't posted in days. No tweets, no IG stories, no music drops. His last public appearance was canceled at the last minute. His team blamed security concerns. But insiders say he's been in closed-door meetings with lawyers daily, preparing for what's next. And what is next? By now, the hip-hop world isn't just shaken. It's cracked wide open. We're past conspiracy theories, past denial, past maybe it's fake news. Because with the new witness testimony, the leaked audio, and a growing list of silent artists distancing themselves from Durk, this story has gone from suspicious to sinister. And now, the law is catching up. Let's start with Durk's brother, the man allegedly at the center of this unraveling saga. According to leaked documents obtained by multiple outlets, federal prosecutors are preparing an indictment that includes charges like obstruction of justice, conspiracy to commit murder, misleading investigators, witness tampering. Yes, witness tampering. Because guess what just leaked? Screenshots of encrypted DMs allegedly sent from Durk's brother to the new whistleblower. And they weren't friendly. You say anything, we all fall. Think twice. They don't got nothing but talk. Don't let them trick you. Keep quiet or it's your name next. Those messages, dated 3 days before the witness filed their report with the feds. Now the prosecution wants to know, were others involved? Was this part of a broader effort to silence key players and derail the investigation? Because one thing for sure, this wasn't just about saving Durk. This was about saving an entire operation. An operation allegedly involved in money laundering, RICO activities, and even racketeering under the guise of a record label. And the moment Vaughn started distancing himself from the mess, he became a liability. See, Vaughn was getting smarter. He was allegedly moving money into separate LLCs, buying properties under different aliases, and whispering to people in private that he didn't want to die in the streets. According to one unnamed associate, he was done with the old life. He was planning something bigger. That's why he scared them. But scared who? That's what the feds are now digging into. They've already subpoenaed phone records, studio security footage, and bank wire transfers between Durk's camp and consultants that allegedly worked to keep this quiet. One of those consultants, an ex-security chief who's now cooperating. Let's pause right there. This man worked directly with OEF's touring operations, managing transport routes, entry access, and hotel movement for artists. He claims that just days before Vaughn's murder, he was told to back off protection. They told me. Vaughn's on his own this trip. Keep it light. That ain't normal. He also confirmed that Vaughn's standard armored vehicle service was replaced with rental SUV, a downgrade he called intentional. So ask yourself, was this a mistake? Or was someone making sure the setup would be easy to execute? And let's not forget the third tape, the one the prosecution teased but hasn't officially entered into evidence yet. Rumors swirling suggest it contains a conversation inside a black Escalade, where an individual, allegedly connected to Vaughn's management, says, "I told y'all, all we had to do was loosen the leash and let the wolves come." Cryptic? Yes. But damning? Absolutely. Especially when you realize the person who allegedly leaked that quote is now under full federal protection, relocated and completely off-grid. And Vaughn's mom? She's not waiting anymore. She's filed a $10 million civil lawsuit against Durk's label, Durk's brother, and 2 unnamed individuals she believes were instrumental in her son's murder. Her statement reads, "My son didn't die from beef. He died because people he trusted allowed it to happen. I will not rest until they're exposed, sued, and held accountable." And the court is listening. The presiding judge on a civil case has already ordered a fast-track discovery process, meaning documents, phone logs, and emails will be turned over immediately. Meanwhile, other artists are panicking. One close associate of Durk allegedly tried to delete hundreds of text messages and social DMs, but the feds already retrieved backups from his cloud accounts. Oops. Another artist, who appeared on a joint single with Vaughn and Durk, has reportedly hired a separate legal team, just in case they're dragged into testimony. This is a domino effect. People are flipping, deals are collapsing, allegiances are fading, and for Durk, he's backed into a corner. His label hasn't dropped a statement. His PR team is nowhere to be seen, and his last track, which was meant to clear the air, was pulled from streaming platforms after just 12 hours. Why? Because it allegedly named the witness, which could be considered intimidation. So what happens now? Here's what sources say. The federal grand jury is scheduled to review the full case file in under 2 weeks. Durk's brother may face a sealed indictment and immediate arrest if the panel votes unanimously. The civil lawsuit by Vaughn's mom could expand to include entertainment executives who helped fund operations tied to the case. And finally, another major witness is expected to come forward soon. This person? Allegedly a woman who worked inside Vaughn's management team. And according to whispers, she has access to encrypted group chats, flight logs, and payment records. Receipts that could blow everything even wider. Vaughn's name is now more than just a legacy. It's a case study in betrayal, silence, and the deadly cost of loyalty. He was supposed to be the one who made it out, but the closer he got to freedom, the more dangerous he became. And now in death, he's exposing everyone. So here's the question. Who really loved Vaughn? And who loved what Vaughn gave them? Because as the smoke clears, it's becoming obvious. Someone let him fall, and now they're falling too. So now I turn to you, the viewers, the fans, the people who rocked with Vaughn from day one. What do you believe? Was Vaughn set up by his own crew? Was Durk's brother just trying to save himself? And what else is the industry hiding behind silence and million-dollar lawyers? Drop your thoughts in the comments. No filter. Make sure to smash that like button if you believe Vaughn deserves real justice. And subscribe to this channel, because we're not done. Not by a long shot. Every day, more leaks are surfacing. More names, more files, more truths that powerful people are trying to bury. But guess what? We don't bury the truth here. We dig it up, expose it, and burn the whole lie down. This was New Witness Drops Bombshell. Vaughn's death was a setup. Durk's brother snitched to save himself. And trust me, the next tape might just end careers. Stay locked in, stay woke, and stay dangerous. We'll see you in the next one.